What's good, y'all? Just thought I'd get on here and talk a bit about mental health. If you let the mainstream tell it, their solutions for mental health is just taking a bunch of pills. But if you want to improve your mental health, you have to be a bit proactive. It's about making certain decisions in every present moment. See, a lot of people have mental health issues that can be improved. Now, I'm not talking about some cases where, people have been through such traumatic events that, you know, maybe they're too far gone. I don't know. But I'm talking more about the majority of cases. See, a lot of people have mental health issues because of their habits, right? The content they consume. A lot of people are constantly giving their focus to fear based information, constant fear, raising their cortisol levels, right? A lot of people are complacent. They don't learn anything new, right? You need to be a bit proactive and seek out information that can help you, that can help your mental health issues and help you heal, right? Just like your physical health. If you don't take care of your physical health, it'll deteriorate, right? But if you make certain decisions like eating better and exercise, then your physical health will get better, right? If you change a lot of your habits, then your physical health will get better. It's the same when it comes to mental health, right? You have to break your addictions to habits that are toxic for your mental health. I used to do things like watch horror movies every night, damn near, and be surprised when my mental health is deteriorating. See, you want to consume less fear-based content. You want to feed less fearful thoughts and feed more loving thoughts, empowering thoughts. If you're constantly feeding victimhood, disempowerment, fear, then that's going to be extremely toxic for your mental health, right? And again, you have to be proactive. You have to do things like meditate. Studies show that's excellent for your mental health. So be a bit more proactive. And also it's about letting go. Letting go of ideologies, belief systems, people, right? We get attached to people and ideologies and belief systems that aren't bearing good fruit. So if we are going to cling to things that aren't bearing good fruit, that are only bearing rotten fruit, then you're going to get what you've always got. So a lot of times it's about letting go of a lot of the toxic things we learn from our culture and our society, letting go of all the division and the hatred and the self-hatred, letting go of the low self-esteem, right? If you have a bad perspective of yourself, then that's going to be horrible for your mental health. If you're always thinking negatively about yourself and about others, that's going to be terrible for your mental health. If you're always living in regret, fear, So we need to understand that we have to let go of different things, let go of substances, foods. All this matters. Again, the content we're consuming. We have to be able to let a lot of this shit go. Let go of the programs that aren't serving us that we got from our toxic society. Let go of constant need for validation and approval. Let go of the inauthenticity, right? All these things matter and affect your mental health, right? There's so many people that abandon so many aspects of themselves. And so a lot of times we need to go in our subconscious mind and make peace with aspects of ourselves that we've abandoned and give it love. Give all the aspects of ourselves love. Integrate all the things that we left in our shadow. Allow them to come up so we can learn to see them without judgment and give them love. Allow the negative thoughts to come up. Allow the emotions. A lot of times we have so much emotions trapped in our bodies, right? I had so many emotions can get trapped in your body, right? I had my whole face, I could feel the heaviness trapped in my face. A lot of these things are not only causing physical problems, but also mental health problems. So a big part of mental health is going through the journey of healing instead of always it's matches. Cool. Instead of always suppressing everything or distracting ourselves, right? We live in a society that's constantly distracting ourselves with a bunch of entertainment that doesn't bring much value. And of course, we need entertainment. But a lot of times we live in a society that's constantly distracting itself to face certain things. And we need to face these things. So we have to stop distracting ourselves so much. All this matters when it comes to mental health. Because I'm sure you know, if you're watching this, we have a mental health crisis. And the solutions are more than just feeding people pills and suppressing everything. People have to be proactive when it comes to their mental health and make good decisions and let certain things go. We have to heal our self-esteem issues. We have to stop feeding so much energy to negative thoughts, or thoughts in general, because thoughts are low frequency. We have to learn to be present and heal. If you're born into this world, you got trauma, right? Because the longer you go without dealing with all this stuff, the worse your mental health issues are going to get. That's why you have so many people are delusional completely. We have to stop letting the ego mind identity completely run the show all the time. And we have to let our higher selves lead. You need an ego, of course. You just don't want it to run the show. Admit when we're wrong. Admit when we're wrong and somebody else has a better perspective. or a better idea, right? A lot of society wants to believe they're right about everything, and they don't want to listen to other people and other perspectives. We have to let go of self-judgment, self-criticism, constantly overanalyzing ourselves and others. All this stuff is terrible for your mental health and your physical, right? We have to start thinking holistically. Your belief system serving you? And you got to be brutally honest. I know it's hard, right? It's hard on the ego, but we have to learn to be brutally honest with ourselves. Is this really serving me, or is it not? All the victimhood, people not taking any responsibility for their lives, not wanting to make any changes. When it's like, if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always got. People just want to sit around and complain and cry about everything without making any changes. And that's not fair to others, to the people that you're complaining to, and that's not fair to yourself. So we have to realize we have to make changes. Spiritual changes, psychological changes. We have to different actions, different thinking. If you're always thinking negative about everything, then the world's gonna mirror that negativity. We live in a multi-dimensional, multi-frequential hall of mirrors. So whatever is going on inside gets projected out and back. Right? I know my thinking was horrible. I was the most negative thinker you can imagine. Had to get that out. I'm just getting over some sickness. But I was the most horrible negative thinker you can imagine. You know. And it creates a bit of a snowball effect, right? You get in this pattern of negative thinking and you give it so much energy. You give all your negative thoughts, that I can't do this, it never works out for me, right? Nobody likes me, I'm not good enough, whatever the negative thinking is, right? And a lot of times we feed it with our focus and our energy, because what you focus on grows. So we give it so much energy, and it's like a snowball. It just gets bigger and bigger and more powerful, right? But the only way to reverse that is to stop feeding it your energy, and that's going to take discipline, because you created a monster. So day by day, you need to mirror yourself to the present moment and catch yourself when you notice yourself giving focus and energy to negative thinking. And the more you get in that habit of not feeding it energy, the smaller that snowball is going to get. And you start feeding more positive energy, feeding what you prefer, empowerment, truth, right? See, a lot of people, they follow politics over truth. Follow truth, because that's going to lead you to a better reality. Following lies may help in the short term, make you feel better, make your ego feel better, but follow truth, right? Follow love, courage, compassion, empathy, unity, Christ consciousness, right? Thoughts like, I can do it. Get rid of the limited thinking, the limitation, the limitation program run by thinking. Let go of the limitations. Let go of the lack mentality, right? You're an energy being. You're an abundant. You're abundance. You're not separate from anything. And see, the more you start feeding the positive energy, you're reprogramming your subconscious. And that's what it's about. Reprogramming your subconscious from negative to positive. And once that's programmed into your subconscious, I don't know what this was, but once that's programmed into your subconscious, then your outer reality will begin to mirror that. Detachment. Learn to detach. All this is important for your mental health. The neediness. Understand a lot of that our neediness, our ego's neediness, is because of trauma. You don't need anything, right? Because you are everything. Need is about lack and separation. You're not separation. You're not separate from anything. You're not separate from your desires. So let go of neediness. All this is going to be a process, right? But when you feel yourself, when you feel your ego, because you're not the body, you're not your thoughts, you're the awareness of those things. So when you feel the body beginning needy, work on not feeding that. Work on detaching, pulling back. Because that's just the ego. And see, the more you stop feeding these things, they'll start to release their power over you. Marry yourself to the present moment. This is amazing for your mental health, right? Because a lot of times we get wrapped up in the past and the future, right? And we get in a state of anxiety, right? And we raise our cortisol levels because we're not married to the present moment. When you're married to the present moment, you don't have time for a bunch of thoughts because you're focused. Like in this moment, I'm not thinking. I'm married to the present moment. I'm present. And so we want to retrain our minds to be present. Because that's when you enter the flow state. When you're present. When you're in the future and in the past, you're not present. You're trying to escape the present moment. And that's normal, but we got to break that addiction. Because all your power and all your love and all your wisdom is in now. Everything you desire, it's in the now. Time is an illusion. Time is an illusion. It belongs to the matrix. But when you're present and you move beyond thinking, you transcend time. I know that's crazy for the ego mind identity, but I'm telling you, that's real. That's real. And a lot of times when we're in the past, we overlook the value that's right in front of us. People drop jewels. All this value comes across our consciousness, but because we're in our thinking mind, we're not paying attention, right? Maybe we're complaining, we're in victim consciousness, and then we just miss the jewels that people are dropping at our feet. That's another reason why you want to be present. So, learn to marry yourself to the present moment. That's amazing for your mental health. We have to be proactive. We have to be proactive when it comes to this stuff. right? Have a better perception of yourself. You want to raise your frequency. You want to raise your frequency. Learn to love yourself. Accept yourself. Get out of this division trap, this constant division trap. It's horrible for your mental health. People are divided about everything, and people's mental illness is only suffering because of it. And that's a trap. That's a trap. Worrying about everything outside of you and not focusing on yourself is a trap. Focus on yourself. Make sure you're together and you're at peace, right? Blessed is the peacemaker. If you're at peace, then wherever you go, you'll bring peace to the situation, to the environment. But if you're not at peace, wherever you go, even if you have good intentions, right, you're going to bring that energy to that. So a lot of people out here, they have good intentions, but they're unhealed and they're not at peace. And it's a process, it's a journey, right? I'm not perfectly healed out here. I'm not going to bullshit nobody, right? It's all a process. But the more healed you get, the more you step into a more loving frequency. Remember the mirror principle. You take care of this, you heal this, your outer reality will mirror that. Waiting around for somebody else to save you, it ain't working like that. So focus on your habits and your decisions and what you consume, and change that subconscious programming. Change that subconscious programming. Grab the book Change Your Mind by R.J. Spina, and get rid of all that bullshit, all those societal programs, if you want to fix your mental health issues and improve your life. Alright, I'm going to end this live. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you made it this far, you're amazing. And please don't forget to like and share if this information helped you. And check out my YouTube channel, Chucky's Imaginarium. The link will be in the description. Peace out, y'all. Much love.